Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tia, and as you can see here, I'm going to show you guys how to do a bikini cover bottom, a skirt for a bikini cover. And this is going to be one that is very simple, but at the end of it, you're gonna love the results and you're gonna want to make everything in different colors. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to be showing you, and as you guys can see here as well, I made one in this white color, and it's a little bit shorter, and I don't have any beads in the bottom, but as you will see here as well, I made one in black. It's a little bit longer, and I did this nice beading at the bottom of it. It's kind of like a border in the bottom for the beads. Yeah, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the one in the white though. Just it's going to be simpler. But if you guys do want me to make one that will have the beading in the bottom like I have on the black one, please let me know in the description box below, and in the comment section below, and we can obviously go ahead and make one like that if you guys are interested. Okay, all right, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay my lovelies, so before we get started with this project, I'm going to show you all the materials that I'm using for it. And as you can see, I've laid everything out here. I do have my yarn here. This is from Hobby Rainbow. It's 100% cotton. Says color 2, but it's actually an off-white color. So the pure white is 1, and this is 2 here. This one is 50 grams. You will probably need about 2 of these to get the size, which is just right below or above your knees, is for the length of the bikini cover. It's a super fine number 1 in terms of the sizing. And what else? Recommended hook size is 2.5 to 3.5. So I'm going to be using this here to do my bikini cover. For a crochet hook size, I'm using a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. I would also be needing a darning needle, a scissors, and a tape measure to determine the size that I'm looking to get. And for you, the size of yourself or someone else you're making these for. Okay, all right, so now that we have everything we need, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with this project. Now we're gonna start by doing a foundation chain of about 15 chains, and that's gonna be to be able to do our band, the waistband of the bikini bottom cover. Okay, so we're gonna start by doing a slip knot, and I'm gonna leave a little bit of a long tail here to be able to sew the two sides together. So I'm gonna do my slip stitch or slip knot here, and then I'm going to do a foundation chain of 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that's my foundation chain of 15 here. And then I'm going to go and skip the first stitch here, and in the second stitch I'm going to go in the back and do a half double crochet, so just like that. And then I'm going to go in the back of the next stitch and do a half double crochet, and we're going to do this all the way until we get to the end of this row. Okay, so see you guys when you get there. Okay, so this is the end of the first row here, and I just did half double crochets in the back of the foundation chain, so that's what you should have. And at this point you should have 14 stitches because we skipped the first stitch when we started this first row. Okay, all right, so we're going to move on to our second row, and we're going to do a chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to pretty much work in the back of the stitch here and do a half double crochet, and you're going to repeat this all the way to the end. So you're just going to grab the back loop of each stitch and do a half double crochet. And what I do for the final stitch is I go through both loops. It just kind of makes it nice and neat. You don't have to do that. You could just go through the back loop only for the final stitch as well. But make sure you're working with 14 stitches for this part of the project, which is the waistband of the bikini bottom cover. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and finish this to the end here. This is a repeat row for this part, so nothing too complicated. So go ahead and finish this to the end as I am doing here, and then I'm gonna show you how to finish off this second row, and then I will have you build up the waistband on your own. And the way you establish the length of or the waistband size is by measuring the widest part of your hip, and then doing this part. When you extend it fully, it extends to about the size in inches of what you got when you measured the widest part of your hip. Okay, so at the end here, I'm gonna go through both loops to do my final half double crochet, just like that. Okay, so that's what I have for my second one. So I'm gonna work until I have about 36 to 38 inches of this here. When I stretch it fully stretch, like pull it to stretch it. When I have that, I'm gonna come back to show you guys what it looks like, and then we're gonna move on to creating the next part of the project. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed the length that I'm looking for the waistband for my bikini bottom cover. And as you can see here, I don't know if I can make it so that you can see it wider. It's not gonna work right now, but this is pretty much it here. When I extend it fully and I pull, as you can see here, I pulled it so much that the end here is curved in. But when I pull it fully, it comes up to about 38 inches, which is the widest part of my hips. And so for you, it's gonna be whatever the widest part of your hip is gonna correspond to that. But it ended up being about 76 rows that I completed here. Okay. All right, so now that we have that, we're going to join the two sides together like this. And to do that, you're just going to line your two sides very nicely like this. And you're going to bring in your darning needle, and you're going to insert the side that we left hanging, the string that we left hanging. We're going to insert that into the darning needle like this. And then we're going to join the two sides. So we're going to pick this very first stitch on this side here, and we're gonna join it with the other side, and we're gonna pull, and you're gonna do one more just to make sure it's nice and tight and secure, so that when you try to put on your skirt, it's not gonna pull off. And now that we have that, I'm going to go and pick up this side of the let me just make sure it focuses properly here. There you go. We're going to pick this side here, and then on the opposite side, we're going to pick the inside. So we're picking the loop that is closest to us, and then also closest to us on the other side. And then you're going to pull. You're going to move on to the next stitch, pull the one closest to you on both sides, and pull. And you could also do the opposite. You could also do the loop furthest away from you for both sides. While you do this, it's going to have the exact same results. For me, I just do the closest because it's easier to pick up as I go. And you just do this all the way to the end. And then when we get to the end, we will be able to start the next part of our project. See you guys when you get to the end of this. Okay, so I have reached the top here. So for this final stitch here, I'm just going to go through both loops and pull that close so that I can bring the two sides together. And I'm going to do one more in that final loop like that, just to make sure I secure it. Okay, so if you look at it, this is where we joined it here. It's barely visible. It barely looks any different from the rest of the stitches. Okay, so now that I have that, I can just take off my darning needle, and we're going to leave this guy hanging here for now in case we need to correct anything. But we're going to be working now along the circumference or the roundness of the project here. And this is going to make sure that we are going to do our mesh, because this is going to be a mesh bikini bottom cover. So we're going to be creating that as we go along here. So I'm just preparing my yarn. Okay, and now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and get that started here. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do a chain of 1, and I'm going to turn, and I think I've already done it actually. I think, yeah, this is the chain of 1 already. And I'm going to turn my work this way, and then I'm going to go right into the next stitch here, and I'm going to do a half double crochet, and I'm going to work half double crochets along the work all the way until I go to the other side, until I come back to this section here. And this is just to create a base of stitches that we're going to be using to do our mesh on. So this part here is just a row of the half double crochet stitches going across. Okay, so continue to do that until you get back here. When you get to this end here, come back and we will start the mesh row together. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have completed my half double crochets across or around the band of the skirt here, and I've come back to the beginning where we started off right here. So as you can see, I just did my last one here. So we're going to go ahead and slip stitch on top of that half double, or the chain one that we did before. We're going to slip stitch on it so we can shut this section up like this. Okay, actually I think there is a stitch that I had missed previously here, so just to kind of fix that here, I'm going to slip stitch on the next so I'm gonna go a stitch after that and slip stitch there, and that fixes the gap that you guys saw quickly there. Okay, all right, so now we're going to work on the mesh part of our skirt, and I'm going to do a chain of 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. Oh, I just gotta clean my nails here. I have some dirt under my nails. I apologize for that. All right, so I have done my 6 chains here, and what I'm going to do right away is I'm going to skip these 1 2 3 stitches here, and in the 4th one I'm going to slip stitch, or do a single crochet just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm going to skip 3, so 1 2 3. In the 4th I'm going to do a single crochet, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6, and we're going to skip 3 1 2 3, and in the 4th do a single crochet. And as you can see, we're going to do this all across until we come back to this section here. Okay, so continue to do this. When you get back to the beginning here, come back and I'll show you how to finish that off and how to start the next row. See you guys in a minute. Okay, my lovelies, so I have completed doing this first row of the mesh here. So as you can see, that's pretty much how it looks so far. It doesn't look much like anything, but it's gonna come together. So I've done my chain of 6 here, and then again I'm gonna skip these 3 stitches, and in this final one here I'm going to do a single crochet just like that. So that completes this round here, and then I'm going to do chain of 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then I'm going to go right into the this big gap here and do a single crochet. And then I'm going to do a chain of 6 2 3 4 5 6. I'm going to go into this big gap here and do a single crochet. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm going to go into this big gap here and do a single crochet. And as you guys see here, it's just going to be continuing to do this all across. And we're going to come back to this section here where we just did one. So you're going to do your final one here, and then you're going to chain 6 and then continue to do this, and we're going to go all around, and we're going to continue to work on this mesh part until we get the length that we're looking for. So I'm going to do mine just above my knees, and then I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to come back when I have that. So you work on this pattern here until you have the length that you're looking for. You could do it all the way to your ankles. You could do it all the way maybe just above your ankles, maybe just below your knees. However you want it, you can do the length. But for mine, I'm going to do it just right above my knees, and then I'm going to come back to show you guys how it looks like when it's done. Okay, all right, see you guys then. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed the length that I'm looking for my bikini cover skirt. So as you can see here, that is pretty much where I'm gonna stop for this one. I'm doing this one a little bit shorter than I did the black one, just so I have a variety of bikini covers that I can wear, and they're not exactly the same. So this is about 17 inches in length, like this. So it's very good size, and I tried it on and it comes up to just right like halfway up my thighs. versus the black one that goes right to my thighs. So it just right up to my knees. This one goes right up halfway up my thigh. Okay, so this is pretty much it here. So where I stopped here, as you can see, I stopped where we started. This is where we started the lacy part here. And it's directly above where I stopped here. So to finish these off, I'm just gonna pretty much fasten these off here. I think I left my scissors downstairs, but I will just explain to you what I'm doing here, and then I'll cut it off at a different time. So this is pretty much it here. So I did my chain here. I did my chain 6 here, and then I did a single crochet here. And what I will do in going down the chains here, just slip stitch. So I'll just slip stitch here, and I'll slip stitch on top of these here, and that's it. So I'll just cut these off here. I don't have my scissors, and then when I cut these off, I'm going to weave in the end here, and that's the end of the project. And what I will do as well is I will weave these in as well. So this is where we connected our yarn, or where we actually started our project all together. So I'm going to weave these in as well. The other thing that I will do, and I'll come back and show you guys how the whole thing looks, but I'm going to do a waistband for this. Not a waistband, but a drawstring. It fits me, but it's a little bit on the loose side. And this is usually because my hips are much wider than my waist. And for me to be able to put it on, I have to be able to fit this down my pretty much down my buttocks. So that this is why this part of the project is wider than what my size would be. If your waist is wide like this, then it's okay, you don't do the drawstring at all. But I'm going to do just like a chain, and then I'm going to weave it in here, and then I'm going to come back and show you guys how that looks like. But that's going to be so pretty much when I have these on, I can pull up the drawstring to be able to bring it a little bit tighter on my waist, and then it fits perfect on the rest of the body. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and like I said, it's just literally doing a chain, and I'm going to do a chain of maybe 150 or something long, so that I can, and then I'll just kind of go through go through my project like this and bring it in like this. So it's gonna be something that would look like this when it goes on. Yeah, and it's just gonna be something that I can pull the waist tighter, because my waist is a lot smaller than this. All right, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'll show you guys how the drawstring looks on, and also I'm gonna weave in all my ends here. Then we will come back and I'll finish the project. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so as you can see here, I went ahead and created a drawstring for the top of the bikini cover here, and this is pretty much so I can actually pull it a little bit tighter when I have these on. And I a little bit explained to you guys just previously why I had to do that. So that's pretty much it. So I've also weaved in the ends for the bikini here where I ended the work, and as well as where we started. And the drawstring is just literally weaved in. So I just did a chain. This is just a single chain that I did, and I think I did about 150, a chain of 150. And then I just went in, I just weaved it along, and I do it kind of close to the top, so that it doesn't wrinkle up too much if you do it in the middle here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it here. So this is the end of the project, and as you can see here, this is something that I'm probably gonna wear really soon when I go to the river here to swim. And it will go with pretty much almost every color. Like when you have a white color like this, you can wear black with it, you can wear red with it, green, blue, whatever color that's gonna pop out of this, it's gonna make it look really nice. Okay, all right, and I'll show you quickly the one that I did in black, because I told you guys I did the one in black as well, which you guys saw at the beginning of the video. But this is pretty much the one I did in black. Sorry, because I'm putting black on black here, but I think it's visible, you guys can see it. But this is pretty much one I did in black. It's a little bit longer. This is about 21 inches, so it goes a little bit longer down my legs, while this one is only about 17 inches. And I wanted to do this one. I would have done this black one on video, but it's very hard to see when you do videos in a darker color. So I wanted to do it in the white so you guys can see properly, but I'm showing you this as well. And of course, I decided to kind of do a little bit of a playing in the bottom of this, where I did put beads in the bottom like this. If you guys are interested in me doing something like this, especially adding of the beads and things like that, let me know in the comments below, and I will do a video where we do a version of this, maybe a completely different color, and at the end we can add beads, because I have this orange and red still laying around somewhere. And if we do it in different color and I need to get different color beads, then I will do that as well, so I can show you guys how to do this. So let me know in the comment section below if you'd like me to do a version of this one. We could even do it longer, so we have a short one here, no beads. We have a medium one, and then we can do a long one and add the beads in the long one as well. Okay. Oh yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video to the end. And as per usual, I appreciate you guys a lot for supporting my work. I'm going to do a lot more of these kind of things. Also, in the comment section below, you can tell me what else you would like me to make. I tend to make just things very randomly. If something comes into mind, I do it. But if you guys would like me to do something in specific, please let me know, and I will try to make that, okay? But that's pretty much it for now. Thank you so much again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!